know if I'm live right now. Oh, the kid is live on motherfucking Instagram. You see, I gotta press that. Yeah. It's a delay on Instagram. We're shaking, everyone. RoadKingSino live here. Yiddy. What's going on, everyone? I'm just serenading y'all with some music right now. Let me know if you can hear me pretty good too, please. Chat message displayed on the screen. We're shaking, guys. We're shaking, guys. I don't know why I got Tess still over there in the corner. But this should be live. If you viewing on Facebook, say what's up. Send me a message. Let me know you checking in. Trying to work this stuff out before I get into it. Let me know that you can hear me too. Overlay. Man, and I'm doing all this, man, all off the, okay, 5, let me see. I'm doing all this all off the zero experience. You dig what I'm saying? All right, guys, just letting you know today's RoadKingSino live video is going to be about the do's and don'ts at bike events. Big shout out to Just 0828 Chris for the great topic. I appreciate all the ones who did submit a topic. There was a couple of you guys that the topics were similar, but I went ahead and went with that one, and we're going to talk about it today. Just trying to wait till a few more people get on these other platforms. Oh man, oh Cat A, we shaking. IG popping. I don't know if it's picking up. Rob, we're shaking, brother. King Solid, my dude. Hey, I appreciate them links this morning, man. I actually looked at a few of them and tried to make some sense out of it. So I appreciate that for sure. All right, let me see if I can see what y'all seeing. Let's see. Oh man, it's like a delay on this. At least on Instagram, from what I'm seeing. Definitely a little delay. Y'all bear with me. All right, I'm about to cut the music. Yo, what's up, Barry White? What's up, Barry White? Barry White. We're shaking with it, man. I'm gonna go ahead, man, to kill the music. I don't think y'all feeling them tunes, man. Yeah, definitely appreciate it, King Saleh. Shout out L'Italiana. I see you on here. Y'all let me know how it's looking too, because I'm trying to stream all three for the first time. And I'm trying to make sense of it without really knowing what to do or how to do it. Chilling, man. Keep doing your thing. For sure, man. Definitely will. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all showing love, keeping me motivated, and just on top of it, hold me accountable to, do what I say I'm gonna do. Especially if I say I'm gonna do a live, do a video, do a giveaway, do a post, whatever. It's always good, man, when I got y'all keeping me accountable for it. You know what I mean? So I think everybody is in like Flynn right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I appreciate y'all coming to the RoadKingSino live show. You dig? So as a topic says, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts at bike events. And this is going to kind of leak over into, anything bike related as far as a bike week, bike night event, or any type of, bike show, what have you. This was a topic that was given to me by Just0828 Chris. Big shout out to him, Just0828 Chris on Instagram. Make sure y'all check his page out. I appreciate you sending the input on what to talk about, brother. Definitely. It was a lot of, like I said, it was not a lot of, but it was a few topics that were similar to this one. So I went ahead and went with this one. This was the first one to come to me like this. So we're going to talk about it, man. And then I'm going to give y'all a chance to chop it up with me and tell me your piece on, how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just got it. I got it written down, in no particular order, but in a way to where it makes sense. So for the most part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down and just call this event etiquette. Let me know, am I too loud for y'all? Can y'all hear me good? If y'all can hear me good, the way that I'm talking, I don't sound like I'm yelling or anything like that. Let me know by giving me a thumbs up. If I'm too loud, give me a thumbs down at this pitch that I'm talking. If I'm too loud, give me a thumbs down. If I sound good, give me a thumbs up. This damn thing delayed. How I'm sounding, Barry? I'm waiting to thumbs up. All right, cool. I got one thumbs up. That's good enough for me. Yo, Sino, where the shots at? Hey, I'm drinking mine, man. You know what I mean? But I got a slow motion these days. Cat, hey, I'm slow motion these days, man. So look, let's get right into it. As far as bike event etiquette, appreciate it, Barry. I appreciate it. As far as bike event etiquette, the do's and don'ts at bike events, I kind of broke it down. And like I said, I give y'all a chance to give me your input. And this is not all the things, but it's just kind of like a small list that I came up with. So before you go to any bike event, I always say go ahead and do your pre-check. Go around your bike, make sure you're good, make sure you don't got no slow leaks, make sure you're not out there riding on a bad chain, make sure you're not out there just riding a broke bike. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we get so excited going to these events, you know what I mean? And we might not have our motorcycles up to par, so to speak, so save yourself a headache, keep your broke shit at home, you know what I mean? And just hop in the car if you got to check out the bike night. I promise you it won't be the last time. Then it'll be a bike event, bike night, a bike week, where have you, but you don't want to go out there unprepared. And then next thing you know, you holding up the group, whoever you rode there with, or, strangers, just people of the bike life community. because your bike wasn't up to par. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to make sure that your bike is good to go and is up to par. And if not, you already know you can always call me up, need a lift. I'm just your friend with a truck, and I'll come pick you up. You dig? All right. So after that, or the next one that I'm going to say as far as dues is make sure you're familiar with your local laws at your particular bike event, bike night, bike show, what have you. And that's kind of a broad type thing, but I say it because different areas have different, rules and regulations, so to speak, different counties and things like that. But also, too, at these bike nights, you got some of these bike nights, depending on where you're at. The law enforcement, they have, mixed relationships with bikers sometimes. So sometimes you might have it where the local law enforcement is cool. Sometimes you might have a situation where the local law enforcement, like, that's the night that they get out there, you know what I mean? And they clean up. So make sure you know where you stand in terms of your local laws and your law enforcement. Just to give you an example of what I'm talking about is I remember way back, this is years ago, when they used to have a bike night over in Kissimmee, our old town. And everybody was going there, it was kind of like the normal thing. But this particular night, they were pressing people out. They were pressing people out about not having, because of course in Florida, it's a no helmet law. But they were pressing people out about not having glasses on and gloves. And what was happening is they was checking everyone as they were actually coming into the bike night and literally pulling people over right there, like if they didn't have their glasses down on their face. And I've experienced stuff like that at different bike weeks and stuff, like in Myrtle Beach, and various other places. So just make sure you know your local area. I'm not saying, you got to be scared or anything like that, but different areas do normally have different rules in terms of what they can do and what they won't do, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. So, just making you aware of that. All right. Another thing, always be careful and alert. Pay attention when you're pulling into these events. When you go into these bike nights, even bike weeks, even these bike shows and things, it's usually loud. So you're usually hearing a loud motorcycles, the music, people, of course, talking and conversating and things, audio systems, the whole nine. And not only that, is that depending on what type of event it is, if it's a family-friendly event, the worst thing that you can encounter or have a situation with is the kids. You know what I mean? The babies running around out there, because a lot of times at these events, you will see the kids out running around, just enjoying the event like the adults. So, and they can't be accountable for, staying away from bikes or not running out, in front of bikes and things like that. So when you do pull up to an event, always make sure you be aware and alert. You know what I mean? Especially when you're pulling in, just focusing on kind of getting into your parking space without issue, without problem, especially when it's a family-friendly event. And for this next one is not tricky, but it's got like two sides to it. I got a reasoning for it. And I'll explain to you kind of a scenario that I've experienced before with it. But when you get to a bike event, a bike night or what have you, try and park in a familiar group or with your friends or people that you know. It's not a deal breaker if you don't know people at the event, but at the same time, too, it is best if you are at an event, you know what I mean, it happen to know one or two people, and you can just kind of pull up over by them, because a bigger group is better than you kind of being by yourself, especially if you don't know too much of the area. And you'd be surprised, you got a lot of people out here that they conniving, they like plotting, they like, trying to be slick with it, do slick things behind your back, smile in your face, the whole nine. And you just don't want to get caught up in the realm of it. You just don't want to get caught up, in the midst of whatever they got going on. So try and make sure you park with a group of riders, maybe that you rode there with, or you happen to be meeting with. I'm not saying it's going to stop anything from going down, but what I'm saying is if you have pretty much any unexpected situation that comes about, at least, you have familiar faces around. You know what I'm saying? And again, it doesn't tell a character, or you can't really tell a character of people, of your friends, of this, that, and the third, until a situation goes down in terms of if they got your back or not. But, you know, sometimes it'll make people think twice, or, you know, a situation might not turn into something bigger than what it is, so to speak. So try and always park around a group of people, or at least the people that you know, if not your friends, when you get to these events. All right. And right after that, we're going to go in a couple of the don'ts. Okay. Now, your don'ts, this one is going to be pretty simple. Everybody that heard this before. The number one don't, okay? Can anybody guess the number one don't? When you pull up to an event, you park. What's the number one don't when you get to a bike event, bike week, a bike show? When you pull up and park, what is the number one thing to not do? Somebody let me know in the comment section. It's common. It's very common. People can overlook it, or people can get too comfortable, so to speak. That's a hint. Let me hear if anybody on the same page as me. The main thing not to do. I'm gonna give it another minute or so. Y'all over there thinking, I already know. Excuse me. Y'all thinking about it. Come on, IG. I'm looking at all y'all's comments. Parking too close, that's a good one. My man Caddy nailed it. All break. I should have known that, because we think a lot in a lot of ways. Do not leave your keys in your bike. That right there is the number one do not or don't when you go to any of these events, especially if you have like a bike week, or, you know what I mean, a bike function, and you out of state or out of area. Do not leave your key in your bike. You know what I mean? Don't ever get comfortable to the point to where, oh, it's okay. My friends, they over there watching it or what have you. When you at these events, let me explain something to you. Especially when you at these bike events like bike weeks and out of town, you got people who they go to these events, particularly, right? Particularly to spot people. You know what I mean? That's what they do. You know, they particularly go to these events to jack bikes, take advantage of any situation that they can, you know, by any means and anyhow. You know what I mean? So leaving your key in your bike, that's pretty much, you know, just giving them the keys on a platter, so to speak. So do not leave your keys in your bike. That's first and foremost. And then another thing, you know, when we in groups and stuff like that, a lot of times friends like to play around and whatnot. And I've never been one like to play like that when it comes to, oh man, who took my keys and all that. Don't get me wrong, I've done it. We've all done it before, I think. Some of us when we were much younger, you know, just kind of getting into bikes. But you know what I mean? Your friends and stuff, they might be, you know, playing a game or something like that with you. And it ain't no point in you getting out of character, getting upset, or, you know, turning your time at that event into a bad time because, you know, everybody on joke time or whatnot. So you can eliminate all of that by just not leaving your keys in your bike. Don't ever get too comfortable. As soon as you park, always make a habit of taking your keys with you. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Solid, you'd be surprised, man. I was at MRR. This when I was drag racing like a lot. I was over out Merlin at a drag race event, and some guys was parked next to me, you know what I mean, in a trailer. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, like they knew that I would watch their bike, but you know what I mean, like everyone who we race together, we kind of all know each other. You know, anybody who drag race, they know the community is kind of tight knit, especially when you go to different, you know, certain main events, I'd say. So long story short, I'll never forget, it was a Jixer 1000 that was, you know, right there in the area where the trailers was at, the pits, so to speak, we called it. So, well, really not right there, but it was right in front of the the trailer that was next to me. There motorcycle was sitting in front of their trailer as if, you know, they was just letting it cool off or something. So this sketchy ass dude came over there and we was just chopping it up over my trailer. The guy who owned the trailer next to me, I don't know where they went, what they were doing or anything, but over my trailer, we would eat, drink, chill out, have fun. So we kind of minding our own business. But this sketchy dude was over there. He wasn't with my crew, you know what I mean? But I tend to stay out of people's business. But you know how some people, man, you know what I mean? They couldn't pull off a crime if it landed in their hand, so to speak. Like the dude was looking super sketchy, looking all around, and made the attempt. And he hopped on a bike and started fidgeting with the little key real fast. And then when he started fidgeting with the key, everybody kind of knew, all right, this dude, he trying to jack this joint. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of us like, hey, man, what you doing, right? He hopped on the bike, started turned the bike on, got it going. And I don't know if it was the owner or what, or somebody from their crew. They kind of like ran over there and tackled the dude. Boom, dude fall off the bike. Bow. He get up, start running, take off towards the little outside. Anybody who's been to MIR know, you know, when you're in the state, when you're going towards like the staging lanes and all of that stuff, you know, they got that long fence, that long gate that goes around. So he takes off going across the area where the trailers and stuff is at, and then start beelining it for, you know, where the gate is at to kind of run out. And that's a long gate to run all the way around. So he evidently had a car or something that was waiting over there for him to roll out. I think it was like a Lexus GS 300 or something, if I ain't mistaken. But the moral of the story is that we was at a bike event, like a closed area, closed off bike event, drag racing event. Even at a drag racing event, people, they waiting to get in the lanes and make they pass and things like that. You know what I mean? This wasn't a test and tune. It was an actual event. And, you know, this dude, he had the nerve or felt, you know, the need to try and take someone's bike. You know what I mean? And that could have been prevented if my man didn't leave his keys sitting in the bike. You know, I think the bike fell over and stuff. The guy didn't get away with the bike, but the bike, you know, did have, you know, scratches or, you know, it's a little damage from it falling over. You know, so under no means at all, never, under any means, leave your keys in your bike at any of these events, because you just don't know the people who's around you that have ill will or bad intentions. All right, let me see what else we got. This is another one, and this is almost no need to say, so to speak, but do not sit on other people's bikes. Please do not sit on other people's bikes for pictures. No, none of that. Unless you have an arrangement with them, you know, or you ask them, you know, females, males too, because I done seen guys, you'd be surprised. This guys say, hey, man, can I take a picture on it? Can I take a picture on it? You know what I mean? And they want to just get on that joint and pose like a chick. You know what I mean? And take a picture, whether it's for the gram or this, that, and the third. So I'm talking to guys too, you know, do not just hop on someone's bike without their permission and start snapping pictures. We don't really have that problem for the ones of us who ride, who's been riding for a while, because we understand and respect everyone's property and respect everyone's space, you know, in a motorcycle. You might run into that issue when you're dealing with new riders or people who don't ride and they just spectators. But that's just kind of a little word of advice. If you are taking, you know, backpack or, you know, taking someone with you, you know what I mean, to ride them and they're going around the bike event and whatnot, let them know. Do not, and if y'all are watching, do not just hop on someone's bike, taking pictures, and just acting like it's just a toy. Because reality is these bikes, a lot of times, a lot of us spend more money on these bikes than they do into their cars and to other things that they use on a day-to-day. So look at it from that same, or look at it through that same lens. You wouldn't just hop in someone's car and start taking pictures and stuff with it. You see what I'm saying? So people spend a lot of money on these things, and you just want to respect their property, respect their space, and just ask them. You know, if it's that serious to you, just ask them. All right. Now, this other one right here is it's going to be a touchy subject for some people, but I'm just going to say what it is anyways. Don't drink and ride. That's just my opinion. I drink, not all the time. Obviously, you know what I mean? I drink not all the time, but I do not drink and ride motorcycles. I have seen people do it. That's their option. That's their opinion. I mean, that's their prerogative, so to speak. I don't do it. I've done it maybe one time in my life. I felt weird going down the road, and it wasn't me. So try not to drink and ride motorcycles, because if everyone knows, you really need all your senses when you ride these bikes. You need to always be, paying attention to everything on the road. You already have to ride these motorcycles in a defensive manner, under any conditions and circumstances, because of the cars and them not knowing or being ignorant to the fact of, the harm that they can bring to you versus, you bringing to them. Understand you're riding on top of something and you really have no cover besides, your gear that you're wearing, if you choose to wear gear. So if you do drink, try and wait it out. Make sure that the alcohol is out of your system. Even if you had only like 1 or 2 drinks, just give it some time. Make sure the alcohol out your system. And hopefully, if you with a group of people, they don't let you leave on a bike if they feel like you too ripped. And we in very much in the day and time, man, where you got all types of apps on your phone now. You can call an Uber, you know what I mean, and just make it home safe. You know what I'm saying? That's what it all boils down to. We all get out here in these streets, try and have fun, and always want to make it home safe. So try not to drink and ride. If you do, drink your drink, enjoy your time there, but plan to spend a little extra time there so you can let that drink wear off. Another thing, rev bombing. People gonna do it, man, but sometimes, and everyone is known them people to, them ones, they just do it too much. You know what I'm saying? They just you trying to carry on a whole conversation. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Like, we get it. You know what I mean? Your pipe is loud, your bike is loud. You like fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know, two more RPMs from blowing your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, chill out. It's fun. It's cool. Cracking a little bit going into the event, but y'all know the ones I'm talking about. Them ones that are extremely annoying and they feel a need to just blast everyone's eardrums out to let them know that they're either coming or going. You know what I mean? So chill out on the red bombing. These are all, again, bike event etiquette. I would consider more bike event etiquette. Do's and don'ts, but just how you should conduct yourself. So pay attention to what's around you, and try and just act accordingly. I'm not saying you got to do whatever people telling you to do, or you can't do this or can't do that, but just have respect for where you at, because a lot of these things that I'm saying, remember, if it is a thing where you're going against the law or you breaking policy and certain things at these venues, you can potentially jeopardize these bike nights, these bike events, these bike shows, even, these bike weeks, depending on, what particular area you're at. So just keep that in mind, guys, because we all out here trying to have fun. And last but not least, do not do burnouts at the event if the event prohibits it. Again, do not do burnouts at the event if the event prohibits it. Again, know your local rules of the event. It's okay to have fun, and people know me. I'll gas somebody up, especially y'all know if I got the camera out there, I'm going to tell you put on for the camera. So I'm going to gas you up, but that's just because of my internal excitement that I get when motorcycles are around and T-Rexes and things like that. And I've been that way since I was a little kid. When I hear them, I used to go to the window. I just was like that, with my father and stuff. So I'm still that way. If I hear a motorcycle, like I would cold get up and just go to the window and just see what's going on, like what type of bike it is and whatnot. But I get it, but I'm the one who will gas you up and be like, hey man, let me see something. But even with people like me, know your area, know what you're doing, and know, even how to say no, especially if you're in an area where, burnouts and things like that is prohibited. Like I said, again, you're trying to protect the overall community's particular venue, and with whoever it is that's bringing that bike night to the table for us, you trying to keep, hold of something good like that as long as possible. So that's pretty much my do's and don'ts list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to shoot some questions. Ask me anything that you want, anything that you feel like I forgot. I think this thing is only on 30 minutes. I don't know. It might be on longer. So if it do cut off, I'll catch you guys in the next one. This was RoadKingSino Live. You know what I mean? I'm going to answer questions for you, though. Okay. It's still moving after 30, so we good. All right, so last 5 minutes, guys. Let me know any questions that you got or any other things that you want to add to my list. Like I said, it's not everything, but these are just some of the main things. Matt, we're shaking, Matt. Big shout out, Bike Paparazzi. Big shout out, Bike Paparazzi. My man Matt, man, out there, he been doing it for a long time. For those of y'all that don't know, check out his Instagram, Bike Paparazzi. I believe his YouTube is Bike Paparazzi, I know, but also I think his Facebook might be Bike Paparazzi. I'm not really super familiar like that with Facebook, but make sure y'all check him out, man. This guy been doing it as long as I can remember, dropping DVDs way back. You know what I'm saying? So he really, man, he paved the way for a lot of these creators in terms of this new era and this new age of content, because we didn't have social media and things like that back then. Let me know if it's anything else on the list that you guys think that I missed that would be essential to some of these viewers. Something that they can kind of hold on to and run with. And if not, no biggie. I'm hoping that this live went pretty smooth. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I got a lot of ideas in the future for these lives. I got something that I'm working on right now that is kind of important to me. Dealing with the bike life culture, and actually particularly dealing with the MC, dealing with the motorcycle club culture. Particularly. So y'all let me know if that's something that interests you guys. For people who don't know, I was in the motorcycle club for 12 years, retired out. The club is now dissolved. People have went their own separate ways, but it's a lot of history behind the club. And it's a lot of stories behind it where people broke off into, their own paths and things like that. So I'm working on it. I'm not going to speak a whole lot to it. Or a whole lot about it at the moment, but I think it's something that you guys will enjoy if you like a good story about this type of stuff. Again, big shout out to my man. I'm telling you, man. See, the thing about y'all like to participate when I'm giving shit away. I remember I used to give shit away, gift cards, all of that, shirts, everything. Back there, everybody want to participate then. But to my ones out there that participates when it's not a whole lot being given away, or, here you go, or you enter for this or enter for that, man, big shout out, big love to y'all, man, because y'all really are the MVP, man. So again, big shout out to Just 0828 Chris. That's on Instagram, Just 0828 Chris on Instagram. I appreciate the RoadKingSino live topic for today. Every week I'm gonna throw that question out there to you guys and see what topics you guys got for me. I'm gonna pick one, and I keep it real. Just the type of person I am. I'm gonna start putting stuff together for people and giving them, little things here and there. Don't worry, Chris. I already got you marked down, man. You number one. You the first one. You know what I mean? Who really did this and who jumped on it right away without any type of incentive or any type of guarantees or I'm going to give you this or I'm going to give you that, but you're going to be right there with it, brother. I appreciate it for sure. All right, we got anything else? Leon rocks. I appreciate you, brother. Man, you hopping back on them threes or in them threes or what? Let me know. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this off in a minute here, but I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Give me a little thumbs up. Don't forget to like the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the videos. Man, I'm letting you know, man, I'm a one-man show. You know what I mean? I try and put forth my best effort with you guys to bring the best content that I can. I ain't the smartest. I'm not the most articulate. I'm definitely not that one that just knows everything. But I do my best with everything that I have and try and put my best foot forward for you guys. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying this journey with me. I'm going to keep on pushing for you, with you, with this whole thing, as long as you guys want me here. I appreciate the love always. I'll catch y'all in the next one, okay? RoadKingSino live. We out, baby. You dig? Peace.